Hey, it's Clay, and welcome to the Follow Through, where we talk business, your business. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern, we're live on Facebook, and you can also catch every episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. All right, let's get right into it. Enjoy the show. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Before we really get started, hey, how was your weekend? Did you guys have nice weather? We really had an uneventful weekend. We didn't really do too much. Saturday we did some work around the house. I did most of my, as have always explained on Mondays, I think, or maybe even throughout the week, I do something every day to move my business forward, and I really did most of that on Saturday and Sunday. Sunday we did a little bit of chicken stuff, got our chickens squared away, because it's been a long winter and it was a lot to do out there. Their run's disgusting. We had to fix that up. So we got a lot of that stuff done. How was your weekend? What'd you do? As you're joining, hit me up there in the chat. I hope you had a great weekend and your Monday is off to a great start. I know there's a bunch of crazy weather going on the East Coast here. And I think they even had some crazy weather in the middle of the country too, in the Midwest too. I think there's a lot of snow and stuff. So, hey, good morning, Nick. How you doing, man? So, like I mentioned, as you're joining, throw me a quick hello. Hi, how you doing? Let me know how your weekend was. Let me know if you have anything planned or exciting going on this week. That'd be great. And like I said, I can't see anyone that's in there. As you're joining from a live standpoint, I can't see anyone who's joining. I can see that people are in here, but I don't know who it is, and I'd love to see who it is. And even if you're catching the replay, or even if you're catching it on the podcast, let me know what's going on. If you have any questions, dump them in the comments on YouTube and all that stuff. So we are continuing to move forward to get a lot of these into the podcast. So if you miss them, you can go back and find ones that you want to actually watch. So, all right. So I'm going to dive into this and start talking about and kick off the week of our mini series, if you will, of Ready or Not. So last week, and just to recap a little bit, we talked about your online presence, what it's saying about you before anyone contacts you. Had an awesome guest on. Jesse was on. If you didn't catch that, go back and check it out. And if it's gone before you hear this, it'll definitely be on the podcast. So Jesse walked us through 3 questions that every business really should be asking themselves before they really get into building a social presence. But that culminates really into your online presence, your social media presence, and then it even carries over to you as your company and what is it like to work with your company. So today we want to talk a little bit about the problem, and I want to talk about something that I hear actually because we help with lead management. I talk to a lot of Facebook marketers, a lot of web guys, people that help businesses and small businesses with their marketing. And a lot of times talking to them, they're like, we're helping these people, leads are coming in, and they complain about something. And what that something is the phone is ringing. I'm getting the phone to ring for these people. The leads are there, but nothing's happening. They're not calling. They're not following up. The companies that I'm helping aren't managing the leads that are coming in. And the crazy thing is, the moment you start spending money to get leads and to get your phone to ring and to get people to fill out your form, the rules completely change, because now every missed lead, every missed follow-up is costing you money. And it could potentially be costing you a ton of money, because that phone is ringing and it's a dollar sign because you just paid to get that phone to ring. So today is this problem. Wednesday, we're going to talk about what it looks like to be ready. And then Friday, we're going to actually put a number on what it might be costing you if you're really not ready for this. So what's the frustration and what is actually happening? So I did kind of go over it just a minute ago. So marketers, and it may even be you. It may even be you doing it. It may not necessarily be marketers, but maybe you're running your Facebook ads. Maybe you're running your Google ads and spending money on it. Maybe you're paying someone to help you with your SEO to get your phone to ring, and you're doing the job. The phone is ringing, but then nobody's calling the leads back or communicating with them. Maybe you call once or somebody's calling once and there's no answer there, and that's it. You stop. The second touch, maybe there isn't even one. There's no follow-up to it. There's no system to it. And then that lead goes cold. And when the business isn't bringing in sales, they blame, a lot of times they're blaming the marketing. And they say the leads were bad. Maybe it's the wrong audience. The leads aren't converting. And that could be the case. But a lot of times we're seeing that the leads just weren't followed up with. They weren't reached back out to. You can see numbers, especially when you're tracking. And if you're running Google ads, you're running Facebook ads, you can see how many leads you're getting and your conversion rate in a very simple way that way. But if you're getting tons of leads, but you're not converting, something else is happening. And a lot of times it's because there is no follow-up to it. Because whether you're doing the marketing or not, or somebody else is doing it, the job is to get the phone to ring. And that's happening. So the problem isn't necessarily your marketing. And it could be your marketing. It could be a message you're sending out, which is what we talked about last week, right? But once you get last week and you start your marketing, if you're getting leads coming in, your phone's ringing, it's not the marketing at that point. It's no follow-up. It's no communication. It's not getting back to the client that is reaching back out to you on a consistent basis. Maybe you do sometimes, and when you call and you get that person on the phone, maybe that's a good one. But if you're getting that person on the phone and you're not following up because you didn't reach back out to them, that's on you. So if you're a new business, you're like doing everything you possibly can to get every single lead you can, and you're not spending a ton of money. You're picking up on the first ring, you're following up obsessively because you're not super busy. You need that phone to ring more than anything. But once you start to grow, once your business starts to expand, once things start clicking faster, what ends up happening is you start to have other tasks that are on the table, and you forget to do these super important things. Maybe you're a one-man band and you go out and actually do the work yourself as well. And that's okay, but you can't forget about this side of it. If you don't keep your pipeline full and you don't follow up with people, you're not going to have any work anyway. So there's a moment definitely in every business where the problem totally shifts, and it's from getting leads, because you have a lead flow, because it goes from getting leads and now you got to start handling those leads in a consistent manner. And most people don't really see that shift or notice that shift. So what is actually happening? The leads are coming in. Nobody's responding the same day. The owner or team member, whoever is responsible for it, is only calls once and there's no answer. There's no voicemail strategy. There's no follow-up strategy. There's nothing. 3 days later, maybe they call again. At that point, the lead moved on, and the business says the leads aren't converting. And you didn't necessarily, you lost a lead. You may have lost a potential job because you weren't consistent, because you didn't have a system in place, but you also lost a marketing investment. So on top of that lead, you're also losing money, and the cost per lead is going up. So when you're getting started, missing a lead is totally frustrating, right? It's frustrating when a new lead comes in, you call and maybe they moved on. When you start spending money to generate those leads, missing a lead gets a lot more expensive, because every dollar you're spending on an ad or in social media or on marketing, and it's time too, it has a cost per lead attached to it. And when that lead falls through the crack and you don't do everything you can possibly do to try and convert that lead or have that person become a client of yours, you just burned a ton of money. Because the moment you started paying for attention, every missed lead has 100% a dollar amount attached to it. And while when you're first starting out, there might be small dollar amounts, but when you start dumping a ton of money into into marketing, you're paying people to do that marketing for you, and you're not consistently doing everything you possibly can to convert that lead, you're literally burning your money. You might as well just throw it away, because there's no chance you're going to convert those leads if you're not consistent with all of them. And why not take every single opportunity you can to communicate and convert those leads into paying customers? So if you can't answer this question, and I know we've talked about this before in a little bit of a different way maybe, but if a lead reaches out to your business right now, what happens next? And most people can answer that question. You're going to call, you're going to reach out, right? But what happens after that? That, I think, is a super important question to ask yourself. And walk through it. Who's calling? When are they calling? What are next steps? And what happens if that person doesn't answer? So spend the time today and answer those questions. And bring it all the way down to, when do you stop asking the lead? There's no necessarily right answer to it, but we all know that you have to follow up with somebody. You have to get in touch with them at least 7 times. Some things say 12. But you need to, I would go for a no. So ask yourself those 2 questions on this Monday. And Wednesday, we're going to kind of bring it all together and talk about what it looks like to be ready. And it's all systems. And it's lead management systems. And just because one person has one way to handle it doesn't mean it's your way to handle it. But get yourself an actual system, an SOP, if you will, that will take the lead from initial contact until you sell that person and get that person on your schedule. So ask yourself today. Just ask yourself and write it down. And to take 10 minutes, because it'll take you not long at all to actually think about what you're doing. When that phone rings, are you ready? If you're ready, what does it look like? And if you're not ready, figure out what it needs to look like. So have a fabulous Monday. Hope the weather's not too bad everywhere. And I will see everybody on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Thanks so much. If you found value in this, please hit that share button. If you catch the replay, please hit me up in the chat. Just let me know that you watched, that you listened. I hope it provides some value today, and have a good one. I'll see you all on Wednesday. Thanks. Bye. Before you go, if you want to learn more about what we're all about, head on over to KairouCX.com. You can reach out to us there, or just dig in and learn more about how we can help businesses and help businesses like yours at Kairou CX. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on The Follow Through.